It is happening right now, quietly, but fast. Major employers across the US have started hitting pause on hiring. Not because they're broke, not because business is bad, but because AI has reached a point where replacing people has become cheaper than hiring them. Amazon, UPS, Google, even your local banks, they're all scaling back on human staff and doubling down on automation. This isn't speculation anymore, it's being reflected in the jobs reports themselves. The October numbers showed over 150,000 job cuts in a single month, the highest October total in more than 2 decades. And the number one reason cited? Cost cutting and AI. That's right, artificial intelligence. What used to sound like science fiction, AI replacing workers, is now a line item in corporate budgets. Companies are calling it efficiency upgrades, but what they really mean is we found a way to do your job with software and it's a much cheaper solution. Amazon is using robots for packing and routing. UPS has AI scheduling drivers. Banks like JP Morgan are using machine learning for market analysis, which once required entire departments. Even the media industry, editors, graphic designers, content writers, all being downsized as AI does these jobs in minutes, what took humans hours to do. And here's the kicker. Most people won't even realize it's happening until it's too late because it doesn't happen overnight. It starts with a hiring freeze, then a department merge, then suddenly your position is no longer necessary. So why companies are doing this? This is the start of the profit war. Okay, corporations are driven by one thing, and that is profit margins. The bigger the company, the thinner the margin, and the harder the pressure to stay competitive. When one company adopts AI and cuts labor costs, the rest are forced to follow or risk being left behind. Think of it like a race to the bottom, but this time it's a race to the most automated. Wall Street rewards companies that cut costs. Investors celebrate efficiency because it means higher returns. And from a purely financial perspective, it's hard to argue. AI doesn't call in sick. It doesn't need healthcare. It doesn't ask for raises or unionize or need vacation time. So if company A automates 30% of its staff and saves $200 million a year, company B has no choice but to do the same just to keep up. This isn't personal, it's just math. This is why you see a record high corporate profits and record high layoffs happening at the same time. Economists are literally calling this the jobless boom. The companies are getting richer, but fewer people are working. Now let's check out this couple-minute clip here with a great breakdown on why these big companies and corporations are in fact automating and turning into AI for their systems and just flat out not hiring people, full stop.
Stage of artificial intelligence, which I've called stage 2, where stage 1 was where these machines and these bots went through undergrad and they've graduated. They have 160 IQ now, and that number is only going to continue to compound every month and as every release comes out. But that just means we're closer and closer to knowledge workers being disrupted, and knowledge workers make up a huge percentage of obviously the United States labor, and that's going to start in much bigger fold this year. And the problem is you've already seen Walmart. Now you've seen Amazon make the headlines. You've seen Accenture, 3 of the 4 biggest private employers in the country, have all said, we're not going to be hiring. We'll hire eventually, but they've openly said that they're not hiring. And I'll just bring this up because I highlighted this chart last week, which is if you have a long-term chart of earnings per share and you overlay it with 2 separate labor indicators, one just temp employees hired. Temps have been going down consistently now, really since 2022. Exactly right around the point that ChatGPT got launched. And then secondly is just the JOLTS number, which obviously went up dramatically during COVID, but has come back down. But those 2 things were very, very much correlated almost exactly to earnings per share in the S&P. So we've entered that very dangerous point where, especially from the big companies like Amazon who are spending lots of money, they need to be reducing employees to stay competitive. And I think one of the mistakes people have made is that they actually believe, number one, AI is not going to do that. That's a mistake. Well, you and I both know that. Number two, they kind of view it as, well, the companies are not going to fire the people. And the reality is, in a capitalist world where your shareholders determine and your board determines what you're doing, you are absolutely going to see profit margins be the way that people are going to focus on. And I think we're at that inflection point right now where this labor situation, which has reached levels unprecedented, where you can have nominal GDP growing at 5% and no creation of jobs outside of healthcare, we're already seeing it. And I just don't think enough people that I'm speaking with recognize how quickly this has come on and how we're at the very beginning stages of something that goes exponential in terms of the labor side. And how do you catch up to exponential? So this is never going to get better on the labor side. It's only going to either stay the same or worsen. And I think that has huge implications.
So as you can see, industries are being hit hard by this AI automation revolution that's taking place. So let's break it down by industry, because this isn't just about the tech anymore. It's about the automation that comes with it. So chatbots powered by AI now handle 80% of first-time inquiries. Why pay a call center team when a machine can instantly respond 24/7? In retail, self-checkout lines, automated inventory scanners, delivery drones are replacing hourly employees. And look at the finance field. AI tools like Bloomberg GPT and internal training algorithms are handling risk analysis, fraud detection centers faster than any human team possibly could. Let's look at the transportation field. You got companies like UPS, FedEx, Amazon, all doing mass layoffs right before the holiday season. Something doesn't add up. These companies are testing autonomous delivery fleets, AI logistics systems. They're now replacing dispatchers in middle management. An employee that they would maybe pay six figures, maybe $100,000 to manage their other employees, are no longer needing to be paid. They're turning to automation and AI. Let's look at healthcare and insurance. AI now writes diagnostic summaries, pre-approves claims, and even reviews medical scans. Media and marketing, AI is creating ads, editing videos, and even writing press releases. Whole departments are being replaced by a single person using ChatGPT and automation tools. This is the domino effect. Once a few industries prove that it works, every other sector follows. We've entered an age where efficiency has become more valuable than humanity in the workplace. The most efficient companies, not the ones with the best culture, are winning. There is a corporate arms race that is taking place right now in this new technology revolution. Every CEO is watching their competition. When one company saves billions through automation, the rest can't afford not to do the same. That's the arms race. And just like any arms race, it escalates fast. What starts with small automation, data entry, customer emails, quickly spreads into logistics, HR, finance, and management. The companies that refuse to adapt, investors move their money elsewhere. We're watching the early stages of a full-scale corporate transformation, not because of innovation, but because of fear. Fear of losing profit, market share, and investor confidence. But the human side of the story isn't just numbers, it's real people. People who trained for years to get jobs that are suddenly irrelevant. People who did everything right, got all the degrees, built experience, and still find themselves competing against a machine that works 10 times faster and never sleeps. AI isn't just replacing jobs, it's replacing identity, purpose, and stability, and the ripple effect hits everything. Families, housing markets, communities, even local tax bases. But here's the thing, disruption always creates opportunity. The same technology that's replacing millions of jobs is also creating brand new ones for those who learn how to use it. The biggest winners in the next decade won't be the ones who complain about AI, but the ones who partner with it. Learn the tools, learn automation, build multiple streams of income, and those who adapt will have more freedom than any generation before them. AI isn't coming for your job someday. It's already here. The question isn't if you'll be affected, it's how fast you'll adapt. If you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, Share this video with someone who still thinks their job is safe from automation, because the future belongs to those who can evolve faster than the machines.